When I was little, I had this big fascination in cars. I would love to watch them go by, figuring out how all of these different little bits and pieces come together and make something happen on a much grander scale. Figuring out the way things work has led to that kind of inquisitive nature in me later in life.
I grew up in Los Altos, California, which is in the Bay Area. I must have applied to at least 10 or 15 schools all over the country. Something that was really important to me was a community that I felt like I could contribute to, but also could make me a better person. One of the biggest things I was looking for was somewhere that could get me onto the path to medical school.
This is my happy place. I love coming to the studio early in the morning, late at night, and build up my body of work that shows who I am as an artist and the journeys I've experienced as a person.
I think my earliest memory of me knowing that my route was different than other people in my family was in 4th grade. I just realized from a young age that I was motivated to stand against any form of injustice. I've always been driven, and I've always been a person that's wanted more, and that has led me here.
During my junior year of high school, I tore my meniscus on my right leg. But something good that came out of that injury was that it kind of exposed me to the field of medicine and got the gears rolling in my head that this might be something that I wanted to do. And someone that really influenced me during that time was my surgeon. Not only was he an expert from a scientific standpoint, but also he had the empathy and the understanding of me as a person to be able to motivate me to get back as soon as possible. I came out of that experience knowing that I wanted to be a doctor.
I was really surprised to see that people were just as motivated as me. They were ambitious, they were entrepreneurs, voracious readers, and also knowledge seekers. I came here and I was Muslim and I was Egyptian and a bunch of these intersections, but it wasn't something that I reflected upon in high school. I was excited to know that other people wanted to discover their identities like I did.
Penn State is an outstanding engineering school. The ability for me to do research as an undergraduate student was critical in pushing me toward Schreyer. I'm looking at the genetic backgrounds in mice, humans, and flies, and trying to find out how different genetic mutations in those organisms could be used to predict ones in humans, and more interestingly, the cases in which they can't. I'm able to work with a professor here at the university and very, very closely with some grad students, and they really look to me as a member of their team. There's a lot of support for students here to do research, and research is really promoted among the Schreyer students.
I carry my sketchbook with me all the time because it's an assemblage of memories and experiences that I had abroad. When I look back at it, I can realize how much the experience really did impact me. I've been privileged enough to pursue art in my own life, and it's not so easy for other people. Art has always been part of our human history, and it's important to ensure that those traditions can continue. I want to start my own gallery where I show work from global artisans alongside work from contemporary American artisans. And I can't think of a better way to give back than to support artists everywhere.
When I was doing research on schools, I noticed pre-med students at Penn State had a 30% higher acceptance rate to medical school than the national average. The Early Assurance Program is a program that has scholars apply early to medical school. Got all the course requirements done, went through the whole interview process. I got a letter in the mail for the program, tore it open, read it, and called my parents immediately, and I was just on cloud 9 the next 3 or 4 hours.
Nathan, how are you?
The professors and faculty here are awesome. It's the people here that have made my experience an incredible one. And I think that's what college is really about, shaping yourself into the person that you want to be.
When you consume so much literature, you realize there are problems in the world. Research is a chance to speak truth to power.
If you get a null result, then you can, in your conclusions, demonstrate why.
One of the things that is unique about Schreyer Honors College is that every scholar has to write a thesis by their senior year, and my thesis is on religious toleration in Muslim-majority states. It's an ambitious project, but I'd just like to contribute in any way that rids the world of injustice.
Waking up early in the morning sometimes isn't the most appealing thing to me, but when I do it, I never regret it, because there's a kind of peace that you find early in the morning walking around a small town like State College.
I love State College. It's a big part of why I came here. It's a quintessential college town. I've been able to meet all sorts of different people, and I don't feel like my experience at Penn State has been limited to any one type of person or community.
No matter what your interests are, you'll be able to find something. There's an athletic event happening every single week. If you want to go downtown and grab a bite to eat with your friends, there's plenty of options. If you want to go outdoors and be part of nature, the surrounding area is awesome, it's beautiful. You're surrounded by so many things. There's always something happening.
I'm really grateful that I was able to come here. Schreyer does not leave you even after you've left. If you want to apply for a Fulbright or a fellowship or something like that, there is a supportive network even after I graduate.
One of the big things our generation has to figure out is, where are we going to go? Where are we going to be 20 to 30 years in the future? I have seen some of the places that the Schreyer alumni have gone and have been astounded at the level of success. It makes me really hopeful for the future that we have a group of kids like us here at the Honors College working towards so many ambitious projects. And I really feel that our community will be able to make a big impact in the world.
I was accepted into 9 schools across the country, and it was a difficult decision, but I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. Schreyer has allowed me to grow as an artist and as a person, and I'll be able to continue to do so at a summer residency at Yale before returning to Penn State for my senior year.
Oftentimes, an athletic injury can end a career, but my experience with my injury actually gave me the motivation to start a career in medicine. Coming to the Schreyer Honors College and being part of the early assurance program has put me on a path towards that career, and I'm excited for the future.